calling all over for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got held up someplace and lost track of time.
Sorry if I gave you a scare.
It's all right.
Seem to be making a habit of scaring people these days.
What does that mean?
I hope you know that you left your patio doors open.
Oh, we weren't gone that long.
Long enough for me to raid the fridge. Still make the greatest pies in town. Had some rhubarb.
You know, it's been a long time since you've been by. It's good to see you.
Good enough to put me out for a while? That's what I figured.
No, wait.
No, that's okay, Maureen. I understand.
No, you don't understand.
I do, really.
No, really. Wait a second.
Look, you and Ed have been very good to me. I have no right to impose on you.
You're not
again.
imposing. It's just that we happen to have a full house at the moment.
Oh, that's right. Bridget, I forgot.
Well, it's not just Bridget. I mean, Lillian is staying with us.
Lillian?
Yes, they're redoing her house. I mean, if we had the room, you'd be welcome. We'd just love it.
Blake can stay with me, Mommy.
Oh, sweetheart, in your room?
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Michelle.
You could have the other bunk bed. I'll even move up to the top. It'll be cool, Blake.
Cool, yeah.
Fun, please.
Well, if it's okay with your parents.
We'd love to have you.
This is going to be so cool. Here, take your bag up.
Thanks, Maureen.
What happened? Holly and I talked at the party.
What'd she tell you?
Not much, but it was obvious that the two of you had a fight.
Yes, we did.
What about?
Personal differences.
Hello? Ross, hi.
Yeah, Maureen, I'm at the hospital. Ed's been held up with an emergency.
What?
AC Mallett's been hurt.
Oh, no, how?
There was an explosion.
Is it serious?
Blake, I got a new CD player. Come on, I'll show you.
Can we do that a little later?
No, now. I want you to see what I've done with my room. Come on.
All right, talk me into it.
They're operating?
Listen, Maureen, I'm getting all of this secondhand. I'm going to wait till surgery's over so I can talk to Ed.
Well, why don't you come talk to him here?
What?
Well, it's just as easy to make a late dinner for two as it is for one.
Yeah, well, I still have work to do.
Forget work. You're tired and hungry. I can hear it in your voice.
Thanks for the offer.
Thank me after dinner. I'll see you soon.
Play the bomb.
Well, you know, like Ross said, there are a lot of crazy people out there.
He wasn't involved, was he?
Ross?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't personally hurt or anything.
No, why would you think that?
Why?
I mean, what's his concern about Ross?
Oh, I'm just curious, that's all. I interviewed him recently.
What's everyone doing down here?
Well, it's not everyone, it's just us girls. Why don't you join us?
Oh, sweetheart, I know that you're upset about this, but you did the right thing, really, and I don't want you brooding about it.
What's brooding mean?
It's when you have a problem and you keep it inside or you run away from it, and you don't have to do that because you can talk to people who love you about it.
Okay.
Except right now, you should go upstairs and get ready for dinner because I have your favorite. Now, scoot!
What's she upset about?
Oh, I think I should let her tell you.
You're very good with her.
I try.
That's probably why she loves you so much.
She's just the best daughter in the whole wide world. So, what time do you have to get up in the morning?
I don't. I was fired.
What? No.
My mother gave me the axe.
You're serious?
So don't figure on me for breakfast. I think I'll set my alarm for about noon.
That must have been some fight you had with Holly. What about Roger? Couldn't he intervene?
Yeah, but I decided I didn't want him to.
Why not?
You know, I don't want to work for either one of my parents anymore.
I found that CD I was looking for, Blake. Want to hear it?
Could we do that in a little while? I don't think my legs are going to make it up those stairs right now.
Because you're in love.
Excuse me?
I saw that in a TV movie. See, every time this girl fell in love, her legs were turned to jelly. You know?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. You mean you've got a new boyfriend?
I wouldn't exactly call him a boyfriend, but, well, I guess there's somebody I'm interested in.
Who?
I'm not saying.
Why not? Well, do you spend all your time with him?
Not much because of his work, but we're trying to figure out a way to spend more time together.
Why won't you tell me who it is?
Be quiet.
Okay, don't say it. Just write it down for me. Come on, Blake, write it.
And to think I was the one who convinced Mallett to join Springfield PD. Should have left well enough alone. He was doing fine in partnership with you.
Yeah, well, if doing fine means being in total debt. Yeah, Russ, well, he was a huge success.
Frank, it's better than lying in there.
Russ, Mallett's a born cop. There's no way I could have kept him on as my partner even if I wanted to. It was only a matter of time before he's going to put that badge back on. Just so happens that you're the one who gave him that chance, that's all. Russ, Mallett wanted it. It's not your fault.
Thank you, Frank.
But right now, the one I'm really worried about is my sister. Now, if Mallett doesn't make it...
Oh, he will. He has to.
Kind of makes you think, doesn't it, Ross? About guys like you and me. How if we don't have anybody to love, well, there's nobody to lose.
Have the police tracked anything down here?
No. It's too early. What about that woman that was injured?
Yeah, she's still unconscious. She's going to be for a while.
Well, we're counting on her for a lead.
That's going to be quite some wait. Did you get a chance to call Maureen?
Oh, yes, I did. And dinner will be ready when you're there. Rather, when we're there, she invited me.
Hey, terrific.
Well, I don't know if I can make it.
Why not?
I'm not feeling that sociable tonight.
Come on, is that the real reason? Are you going out with Blake, or...?
No.
Well, then, come on. You don't have to be sociable. Maureen and I will do all that stuff. All you have to do is sit there and eat. Got to take a break from all this stuff, Ross, really.
All right. I guess you're right. It'd be good for me to get my head back where it should be.
Yeah, those massive shoulders. Well, I guess no one's in here either.
Oh, but something smells awfully good.
I guess Maureen's upstairs changing something.
Nectar fit for a candidate here, Ed.
Could you maybe, amuse yourself down here for just 5 minutes while I go see what's happening?
Yes, I can do that. I'll set the table and maybe steal some nectar.
Right back.
What are you doing here? Blake.
Hi, honey, you're home.
Ed and Maureen are upstairs.
I know.
What are you doing here?
I live here.
No.
I'm bunked in with Michelle.
Why here, of all places?
Well, I couldn't be living in the carriage house not till after the election.
Well, there could be other places you could live where we could see each other and be together.
Well, true, but this is the perfect living situation. It's a great cover. Think about it.
Well, how can we,
I will find a way. Don't worry.
Like, they could come down. They will come down.
Ed knows about us.
Yeah, but Maureen doesn't. At least I don't think she does.
No, he hasn't told her. He's very good that way. This is perfect. We have it made. Soon to be Senator Marler.
You're crazy.
About you.
You really want me to win this campaign, don't you?
Did you ever doubt that for a moment? Of course I do. I know how much it means to you.
Every time I think I have you figured out, you go and do something new.
I will never stop surprising you, Ross. Never.
What have I got myself into, huh?
You look pretty beat up. Maureen told me about Mallett. Is he going to be okay?
Ed is optimistic.
Well, I know that you and AC are close.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I really am.
So, how's it taste?
are.
For barging in like that.
Ed, for heaven's sakes, it's your home. I'm the one that's sorry.
I'm not.
Maureen tells me you're going to be staying with us.
Well, yeah, if that's all right with you.
Of course, anytime, you know that.
Look, Ed, this won't happen again. Not here, not in your home.
I heard somebody was sampling my chicken curry. Oh, it couldn't be that bad.
No, Maureen. Actually, it's quite wonderful.
What'd I miss? Miss? Well, you should see your faces. You all look like your hands got caught in a cookie jar or something. What's going on?
We were talking about Mallet.
Yeah, it must be really horrible for Harley.
Ed, shouldn't we call the hospital sometime soon?
No, they said that they'd notify me, so.
Okay.
Who could have done such a thing?
Nope.
What?
You were not talking about Mallet. Are you going to tell me or do I have to beg? Come on, guys. Let's not play games, huh?
We're not.
Good. Tell me.
Tell you what.
Okay. That's it. Now I'm really getting angry. Nobody keeps secrets from me in my own kitchen. I have this thing about conversations that die when I walk into the room. If it's not my business, just let me know.
Like,
Okay. Mine is not to reason why. Mine is just to deal with the curry chicken. Would some of you newcomers please find some silverware? I don't think I can trust myself with the knives.
guys, I think you're going to be staying here. This isn't going to work.
Go ahead.
Maureen, it's really nothing that bad. Ross and I have become friends. Close friends.
Excuse the cliche, but how long has this been going on?
Not very long. I assumed that perhaps Ed had told you.
I think my considerate husband was just protecting me from the shock.
So are we saving these beans here or what?
That would be privileged information, like so much around here. What did you do that for? Lillian may not have eaten.
Well, if you'd given me a straight answer.
Oh, you can dish it out, but you can't take it.
Dish what out?
Nothing. Beans.
Am I in the doghouse here
There's plenty of food if Lillian's hungry.
for not telling you about Ross and Blake before?
Now, what possible difference could that make to me?
That's a good question. To begin with, I was asked not to by Holly.
Holly. There's an end to the mystery as to why Blake moved out.
And then when Blake was here and it was more than just a titillating item of gossip, I had them tell you. So what is the problem? I mean, so long as they know that they can't just pick up where they left off here, you know, under our roof. What?
So Holly went to you, cried on your shoulder, and asked you not to tell me?
No, ask me not to tell anyone. You, me, Holly. That's it. No one else knows.
Not even Roger?
Oh, please.
He's her daughter, too.
Roger hates Ross. He'd have him shot at dawn. He'd hire a skywriter. Well,
I gather you think that the voters shouldn't know.
Maureen?
Well, it was an issue of character for Gary Hart. Why shouldn't it be one for Ross Marlowe? I mean, granted, he's not married.
If you're trying to make me nervous, you're succeeding.
Oh, well, maybe you shouldn't have told me anything. I mean, I'm such a loose cannon compared to you, the master of discretion.
Why are we arguing about this?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me. I'm assuming that Ross is no longer seeing Holly as well.
You have deduced correctly, yes.
And if you think I don't know why I've been kept in the dark about this, which I think is a little bit insulting, actually.
Something what?
That the beautiful, thin, carefree, successful Holly is finally footloose and fancy-free yet again.
Well, honey, why would that even occur to me?
Well, if I were in your shoes, it would occur to me.
Oh, well, fine. Now we're really getting down to it, aren't we?
I mean, why do you think Holly went to confide in you anyway?
Because she trusts me. Why don't you try it?
I trust you. I trust you. I don't think there are affairs going on in every room of this house. But, sweetheart, it cuts both ways. You know, I mean, I think it's a little silly To stand there and imply in my fundamental lack of trust when you've been darting around for months, keeping secret promises of your ex-wife.
It's not even that. I mean, look, do you run home and tell me everything that Vanessa whispers in your ear at work?
That's different. What happens at work stays at work. I'm not asking you what Lillian pours out her heart to you about, am I? Are we sure about this?
Huh? It's safer to be seen with you in public than in private.
Never safe to be seen with me. People look at me and think illicit sex. I don't know why.
Well, dare I confess, when I look at you, I think about that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And it shows it's the problems. I don't want all my good intentions going for nothing, you know.
Come on, Blake, you're not getting virtuous on Mary.
What else would you call bunking in with Little Michelle?
Yes, you've convinced me that was a brilliant strategy.
Thank you. Now no reporters will find me holed up in some motel ironing your suspenders or whatever.
I mean, there you are living with two people who know about it. They're always there to admire your self-restraint and sympathize when I'm beastly to you.
Which you won't be, right? Because if you are, just tell me and I'll change my plans. I've had enough of beastly at this tender age.
Blake, in this relationship, you're the beauty and the beast. You know, every other day you detest me.
Well, I'll try to limit that to once a week. You know, I really don't want to stand in the way between you and the selection, Ross.
Yes, I know that.
Not because I give a hoot and a hell who's senator. Just because I know that you want it. And I know you'll hate me if you lose.
Miss Thorpe, dedication like yours doesn't come along every day.
I am mostly dedicated to your chest. I really wish you didn't have any clothes on, Mr. Marler.
You're a little more dedicated than I thought. Which is why I'm putting you on the payroll. No, it's not as unsavory as it sounds.
Don't turn around.
But you see, it's my responsibility to see that the campaign coverage is even-handed. And it hasn't been. The station has been leaning towards Frostmark.
Well, I wonder why.
Well, that's why I wanted to get together with you and see if we can work out a balance here.
Well, as a matter of fact, asking me to be your escort is a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. And I do think that you can do more to create an even balance. I recollect, Ms. Lindsay, wasn't there a campaign ad that you refused to air because of negativity towards Ross? Perhaps with your help, you and I could come up with a campaign ad that would be more acceptable.
Very possibly.
So anyway, campaigns like mine hire people like you all the time. I mean, you have media connections, business connections, plus you just jump back into the job market, so it doesn't look like I yanked you out of the boudoir and handed you a paycheck. Blake, are you listening to me at all?
I'd rather be listening to them. No offense, sweetheart. But she could be saying anything to him.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it, is there?
Oh, sure, I could throw a drink in your face and call you a cad and stuck out of here.
Oh, good thinking. That would eliminate any hint of scandal.
Oh, it might appease her.
Oh.
I don't get you. What is this? Why am I suddenly so discreet and you're nonchalant? I mean, it's totally horrifying if you think about it. You are acting the way I always wanted you to act, and I'm acting the way you always wanted me to act. It's really bizarre, and I think we should stop it this minute.
Believe me, inside I am not nonchalant, but what am I going to do about it? Hire somebody to go over and threaten to break Holly's kneecaps? I'd rather concentrate on something that I can control, like legitimizing our relationship by officially hiring. So what do you think of my idea?
Oh, yes, your idea. I think it's beneath me.
Tell me how.
How did it start with these two, anyway?
I think they were just thrown together in the blackout and then nature took its course.
Oh, don't blame nature. Roger and I didn't succumb to any forbidden passion in the stairwell, and neither did you and Lillian. Do you think they're serious?
Serious odds. Well, I mean, they're not kidding around, but I don't think they're hearing any wedding bells up.
Good grief.
I take it you wouldn't approve.
I love them both. There are no two people more adorable. There are no two people more improbable. I mean, it's just that secret liaisons are always so thrilling. I think you don't hear wedding bells in your sleep. What is it with these mouths? Like the Twilight Zone meets Masterpiece Theater in here or something.
Blake, I am trying to have an important discussion with you. I have come up with a very good plan that allows us to be together. In fact, we can spend as much time with each other as we want.
That's too transparent, Ross.
It's not as transparent as this.
I am not going to be some little campaign office bimbo clicking around my smart high heels, tossing and passing out Ross Mahler for Senate pencils. Can you imagine what everyone's going to say when I crawl out from underneath my rock into broad daylight with you? Why her? Because she was there. Wink, wink.
Who cares? People are always going to say something.
No, I much prefer something along the lines of, so that's what overloaded the circuits and locked up the city that night.
Okay, then I'll dress you up in tights and high heels and put you on top of my campaign.
Oh, come on, Ross. If you're going to give me something to do, at least have it make sense. PR is what I know.
Blake, I'm running for national office. I've already got the best PR people in the state.
So, put me in charge of them.
I can't do that. They've all got contracts.
I'm sorry, but I am not going to report to anybody but you.
Okay. I suppose you could be an independent, locally based.
And my salary has to be equal, if not more, than what I was getting at WSBR.
Oh, come on.
Oh, what? I'm not worth it? Picture this one. She was his high-powered consultant by day, his backstreet babe by night. Oh, honey, we are going to stand this down on its ear.
Oh, man, here they come. Remember, we're cementing a professional relationship.
Couldn't we do this with somebody else first?
Mahler. Blake, hello.
Why, hello, Leo.
That pianist, wasn't he just marvelous?
Yes.
Just marvelous.
Yes, and weren't you two marvelous? You barely seem to touch the floor.
I rarely do touch the floors, except to pick up after my baby girl. She always did love to make a mess.
Never sloppy, just on the move.
Thank heavens. She has someone to pick up after her now.
Well, would you two care to join us at the bar for a nightcap?
No, thank you, Mahler. We were just leaving.
Oh. Yes. Adjourning to my happy home with its now spotless floors. But don't sniff a scandal, you two. Who would have thought that we would have so much to talk about that a chat over cocktails just couldn't cover it all?
Not even close.
Good night,
Good
all.
night.
Good night.
Good, we're early. You can review your opening statement.
Oh, no. I've got that down cold.
Mother's not here yet. That's really odd.
Well, maybe her date with Leo has yet to end.
What, you think that they...
Maybe they did.
No. But they were awfully chatty last night. God, I really hope that she didn't tell him about us.
Do you think he'd bring it up in the debate?
Leo? Yes. And it would be trouble.
You know, you're really very funny. I don't know anyone else who can be amusing about waste disposal.
Well, I hope so. One doesn't have humor about that.
Where would we be?
Exactly.
Well, don't you two look cozy?
We were just working, Mother.
You don't work here anymore, Blake.
No, she doesn't. Blake works for me. I hired her as a campaign advisor.
I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping to entice Blake to work for me.
Leo, too late.
My compliments. Pretty smart move, boss. You acted fast and hired the best.
Thank you. Mother, may I talk to you for a minute?
I suppose so. Oh, Clark, he will be moderating the debate. Clark, will you fill them in on the ground rules?
I'm sure that both of you are familiar with the format.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what's your little game with Leo Flynn?
Game?
Oh, yeah, you were all over him last night. You still are this morning.
Not that it's any of your business, but I was simply being friendly.
He's acting like he knows something.
Well, I suppose he does. He knows quite a bit, you know.
Mother, did you or didn't you tell Leo Flynn about me and Ross?
Blake, I haven't seen you being petulant in quite a while. It's an interesting color, not one you'll want to use in the campaign.
Mother,
Impatience. That might work.
this isn't funny.
Yes, it is. I think it's Now that I've gotten over the shock of what you and Ross are up to, I think it's all extremely funny. Two can play at your game, Blake. Let's see how you like it. Always being evasive, never answering questions, can be maddening.
Great, that's how you want it.
Yes, it is. And it's a very powerful position. Always holding something back. Of course, it's not so much fun when the shoe's on the other foot. But then what is it they say? Like daughter, like mother.
Mother, wait a minute. I want a straight answer from you.
I have given you the only answer you're going to get.
You are just doing this because Ross hired me. You fired me. I had to get a job somewhere.
Yes, it's all about employment and the good candidate Marlar's good deeds.
Oh, he is a good candidate. He's the best candidate. And you knew that damn well when you were hoping to get back together with him.
You know, I will admit my cynicism about electoral politics has just shot sky high lately.
Oh, no, we're not talking about politics here. We're talking about your love life.
I am looking for a little bit of integrity. You know what Ross is running on? On cleaning things up. Now, I'd like to know where he gets off taking the moral high ground when he could not draw the line about sleeping with my daughter.
You know, this is really no big deal to anybody but you. We're both consenting adults. Where's the scandal?
Well, if it's no big deal, then why don't you go public? If you're so proud of it, go tell the people. I'm sure Roger would find it very interesting.
You're the hypocrite around here. What's everything you told me in the past about being accepting and mature in a love affair? Think you ought to take a page out of your own book, Mother. The jealousy's very unattractive.
I don't think anything I've ever said about love would have led to this.
Oh, what did you tell me when Alan Michael chose Eleni over me? Face it, accept it. The man doesn't want you anymore. Ring a bell?
Eleni over you? You were chasing after a married man.
Oh,
Blake.
you are just bitter because Ross doesn't want you anymore.
Oh.
He wants me. So, Mother, you've been shut out, and I suggest that you get with the program.
Listen, Holly. What is going on with you two?
Your daughter has been hired by Ross Marlar as a campaign advisor. Well, how does that strike you, Roger? I mean, weren't you counting on a Flynn win for your financial interests? She would double-cross anybody, even you.
Well, as an alternative, are you willing to rehire her?
I don't want her within miles of this place.
All right, then I think we both have to accept the fact that our daughter has been enterprising enough to find herself another job so quickly. And in this lousy job market, too.
Yes. The debate is about to begin.
Hold it.
One question. How on earth did you convince Marla to hire you?
I just threatened to take my expertise to the competition. Ross knows how good I am. He'd rather have me work with him than against him.
Come here. Oh, you are your father's daughter.
This afternoon, we have a series of questions we'd like to ask each of you. And after 20 minutes, you'll each have 3 minutes for a closing statement. Senator Flynn, we'll start with you. Land use is turning into a heated topic in Springfield, and I wonder where you stand on rezoning the waterfront.
Well, I think all areas of the city belong to all of the people. In an election year, we talk about a great many things. Taxes and education, crime, healthcare. But in a larger sense, what we're talking about is a certain quality of life. And achieving that quality of life depends on having a clean environment. Indeed, in my opinion, all other topics are rendered meaningless if we can't pass on to the next generation fresh air and clean water. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marlar.
See, now Marla's going to sound the environmental note. Not very bright.
Oh, but the polls show that the majority of the population is concerned about environment.
Now, people still vote their pocketbook. Leo's plan to rezone the waterfront is going to bring in a whole lot of jobs to the area, construction jobs and permanent positions. And, lest we forget, Thorpe interests are strictly with the developers.
I know, but Ross made a very good point about overcrowding and stretching the city's resources to the limit.
Come on, nobody's going to be overcrowded. Billy may get crowded a little bit, but we're not going to worry about that. Now, I thought Leo came across as a seasoned professional.
Well, maybe people don't want a professional.
Honey, I hope I don't have to remind you how bad Marlar would be for our interests.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying because you dislike him so much, maybe you're not seeing what an effective campaigner he is.
Well, I'll tell you what, if the spin doctors happen to divine that he won this debate, I'm sure I can count on you to make sure he doesn't win the next one. Come in.
Roger, excuse me, may I have a word with you?
Sure, Leo, listen, congratulations. I thought you did a great job. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Blake. So, what'd you think?
I think that you were wonderful, and I'm very proud of you.
I thought you wanted to play this safe.
You can't help it. The danger's half the fun.
Sometimes I think it's more than half the fun with you. I mean, you do love living dangerously, don't you?
Admit it, Ross. So do you.
Just wait a minute. Now, I may be furious at Blake for everything she's done, but one thing she is not is a hypocrite. She does not pretend to be serving some higher cause.
But I am a hypocrite.
You win the gold medal. You warned Leo about using me after all this time. You have...
I think his motives are a little suspect, don't you?
You just worry about yourself, Ross. And if you have forgotten how the public hates a hypocrite, you're in for a rude awakening come November.
I'm just trying to make things right for everybody.
Yeah, everything will turn out all right. One way or another, you're going to get yours.
One way or another, Holly, we all will.
And you know what's really funny? Blake is the one who's going to give it to you in the end. She always does. She has lied to and cheated on every man she has ever been involved with.
I don't need to hear this from you.
And you're fooling yourself if you think you're the exception. The only man she will ever love is Alan Michael because they are two of a kind. You'll see.
Tom, is my daughter still there? Thank you.
Thank you. Dad?
Honey, I've just been reviewing the tape of the debate. Marlar is extremely dependent on statistics every time he makes a point. Now, he can't be doing all that research himself.
No, he's got help with that, a researcher.
It shouldn't be too hard when you're getting ready for the next debate to steer him a little wrong. Leo won't pick up on it, but the press will. You know, they'll check his statistics and he'll come off a little less knowledgeable.
I suppose so, Dad. But I don't want to come on too strong in the beginning. I need to gain more of his trust first. Look, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is something wrong? Did Mother say something to upset you?
No. Nothing's wrong.
Yes, hello.
Alan Michael, it's me, Blake.
Blake, this really isn't a good time.
What's wrong?
I can't talk to you about this, okay?
Well, that's okay. It'll only take a minute. I just want to tell you that I am not working for WSPR anymore.
Boy, do I wish you were still working for me.
You do?
You know, no matter how mixed up things got, you always knew how to fix them. I miss you, kid.
Don't do this to me, Alan Michael. You made your decision.
Yeah, and I was a fool, too. I never needed you like I need you now.
I can't bear
Mr. Marlar, we're ready for your interview.
Okay, Tom, I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just tell me what's wrong.
No, it's all right.
This is serious, isn't it?
I'll take care of it, okay? Just let it go.
Fine, thanks for your trust in me. By the way, I couldn't come to work for you anyway. I'm working for Ross now.
Ross, doing what?
PR for his Senate campaign. I just called to tell you that and to ask when can we expect your donation.
Like, I really can't deal with this right now, okay?
Alan Michael, you promised to
I'll
contribute
talk
to
to
the
you about
campaign.
this later. Fine, please. Okay, goodbye.
interview that follows the debate.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Anything wrong, Blake?
No.
You just seem rather distracted. Who were you talking to on the phone just now?
Potential contributors. You know how frustrating it can be.
Blake, let's just get out of here and go to my place.
Okay, I'll meet you there. I have to do something first.
More phone calls?
No. I asked editing to make me a copy of the debate.
Why?
I thought I'd see how you came across. Maybe I could give you a few pointers.
You always seem satisfied with my performance up to now.
I'm always satisfied with your performance, Ross. What is it?
Nothing.
Then why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Like you don't know me. What's up? I saw you talking to my mother earlier, and it didn't look too pleasant. Did she say something to you?
No, she's still bitter about us.
Well, she's bitter, period. What? Did she tell you some awful story about her horrible daughter, Blake?
Look, I do not listen to Holly when she talks about you.
So tell me what she said then.
It's not important.
Well, it is if it affects us.
It doesn't. Why don't we talk about something else, like the campaign, for instance?
Fine. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Contributors? You said you were just speaking to them?
Yeah, a few of them. But we'll need a lot more money to finance a big ad campaign in the fall. That could be tricky once certain people find out I'm working for you.
Really? Why is that?
Well, there are a few people in this town who aren't too fond of me, besides my mother, of course.
Such as who?
Billy Lewis and Alexander Spaulding.
Oh.
And unfortunately, they're two of the biggest potential contributors.
Well, I'm not worried about Billy Lewis. The last thing Billy wants is to have Leo Flynn, the mouthpiece of Roger, re-elected senator.
I'm Roger's daughter, and he hates my father. I want you to win, Ross.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'll talk to Billy, but you can forget about the Spauldings.
Why? Alan Michael promised to contribute to your campaign.
People say an awful lot of things that they don't mean.
Well, just because he hasn't contributed,
Look,
that doesn't
Blake,
mean...
my coffers are filling up very nicely without the Spauldings' help.
What do you have against Spaulding all of a sudden?
Nothing.
They can make or break your campaign.
The Spauldings don't do anything unless they get something in return. I am not going to be beholden to them, so forget about the Spauldings, all right?
Okay, if that's what you want.
So I can call the hospital and try and get an update on the condition of Mallet.
Okay, well, I'm going to check on that videotape. I won't be long.
Uh-huh.
And then we will go back to your place and watch it in bed.
Blake. Yes, hello. This is District Attorney Marler. I'm checking on the... Are you nuts? What do you think you're doing?
Why, Holly sure hates you a bunch. What'd you do?
It's none of your business, Roger.
Anything that concerns Holly is my business.
I'm sure she'd be horrified to hear that.
I warned you about exactly this right after St. John's death.
Please, don't dredge that.
I warned you I wouldn't forget how you ruined things between Holly and me.
I didn't ruin anything. Whatever happened between you and Holly, you did.
No. You turned her against me. You played on her vulnerabilities and her fears, and after you'd accomplished your objective, you just threw her aside.
That is an absolute lie.
You never cared about her. You just want to make damn sure I didn't have her.
That's right. The last thing Holly needs in her life is you.
I'll tell you what. I'll be the judge of what Holly needs in her life, not you.
All right.
How dare you? How dare you argue over me like I was a piece of meat?
Holly, I'm telling you.
As if either one of you cared. As if either one of you cared about nothing but your damn egos. You strut around, cock up the walk. You're both trying to regain your lost youth by... You're pathetic,
Holly,
both of you.
I'm telling you.
Get out of here. Get out!
Okay.